In the heart of Los Angeles, where palm trees sway against the golden, California sun and million-dollar clinics line Beverly Hills boulevards. A quiet storm was brewing beneath the glossy surface of healthcare. What looked like ordinary medical practices, polished glass offices, smiling receptionists, and neatly dressed physicians hid a darker secret, a multi-million-dollar medical billing fraud scheme. The red flags first appeared when insurance companies noticed irregular billing codes, repeated charges for procedures that were never performed, and suspiciously inflated claims tied to a network of clinics in Southern California. Patients, many of them elderly or immigrants who trusted their doctors blindly, began receiving explanation of benefits, EOB, statements showing services they never received, spinal surgeries, cancer treatments, and complex diagnostic tests that only existed on paper. The California State Police, working alongside federal healthcare fraud units, were tipped off by a whistleblower, a young billing clerk who uncovered hundreds of falsified records, hidden behind encrypted EHR systems. What began as a quiet audit transformed into a full-blown criminal investigation, and the city that glittered with Hollywood lights was about to witness a darker kind of drama, one where money, medicine, and deception collided. The investigation unfolded like a screenplay. Detectives disguised as patients entered clinics across Los Angeles, Orange County, and San Diego. Tiny body cameras, hidden inside jackets and purses, recorded every conversation between front desk staff and doctors. What they discovered was chilling. Physicians pressuring vulnerable patients to sign blank consent forms, billing coordinators whispering about maximizing claims, and an elaborate system where treatments were billed multiple times across different insurance networks. To make matters worse, recruiters, known as patient brokers, were offering the homeless cash payments to undergo unnecessary medical tests just to generate billable codes. The fraud wasn't just about stealing money from insurance providers. It was about exploiting lives. The California police worked in tandem with the FBI's Healthcare Fraud Task Force, building a case that connected forged electronic records, shell companies laundering insurance payouts, and even overseas accounts where stolen millions disappeared. Every clue felt like a puzzle piece in a Hollywood thriller, and the deeper investigators dug, the more dangerous it became, because behind the fraud stood powerful figures with ties to both corporate, healthcare, and organized crime. The turning point came when an undercover officer posed as a billing consultant and gained access to one of the largest clinics in downtown Los Angeles. Hidden microphones captured damning conversations between the clinic's owners and their staff. Just duplicate yesterday's charts and use higher billing codes, one voice instructed. Another whispered, "The insurers don't check everything. By the time they catch on, we've already moved the money." That single night of surveillance cracked the case wide open. Investigators linked the clinic's fraudulent activities to a wider network involving over 30 medical facilities across California. But with every breakthrough came risk. Anonymous threats were left on detectives. Cars, encrypted emails warned insiders to stay quiet, and one whistleblower mysteriously disappeared before testifying. The pressure mounted as the fraud ballooned into a $150 million healthcare scam, draining insurance companies and raising healthcare costs for everyday Californians. For police officers, it wasn't just about exposing corruption. It was about restoring trust in a system that millions depended on. The suspense grew thick, like a final act before the climax, and California braced for the inevitable takedown. Before dawn on a warm California morning, a coordinated strike unfolded like a Hollywood blockbuster. SWAT trucks rolled silently into Los Angeles neighborhoods. Federal agents swarmed Orange County mansions, and helicopters hovered above San Diego clinics. Warrants were served simultaneously at over 20 locations, catching suspects off guard. Doctors in white coats were handcuffed in front of shocked patients. Luxury cars were seized from underground garages, and files containing falsified claims were hauled out as evidence. The California police investigation into medical billing fraud had reached its climax, with dozens of arrests made in a single day. Some suspects tried to shred documents, others attempted to flee through back doors, but the operation was airtight. Reporters flooded the streets, cameras flashing as the once respected Physicians and healthcare administrators were paraded into custody. It wasn't just an arrest, it was a spectacle that exposed the depth of greed hidden within. California's medical world. In Hollywood style, the takedown was fast, loud and unforgettable, a dramatic ending to a long, suspense-filled pursuit. When the dust settled, California's largest medical billing fraud case became national news. Prosecutors revealed staggering details: fake MRIs, ghost patients, unnecessary surgeries billed at premium rates, and insurance companies scammed out of millions. The convicted doctors and administrators faced decades in federal prison, while their luxury assets, yachts, villas, and offshore accounts were seized to recover stolen funds. More importantly, the case reshaped how the healthcare system monitored billing practices. Insurance companies adopted advanced AI-powered fraud detection. EHRs introduced stricter verification systems, and whistleblower protection laws were strengthened to encourage more insiders to come forward. For the California police, the victory wasn't just about winning a case. It was about sending a clear message. Medical billing fraud is not a victimless crime. Patients' trust had been betrayed, taxpayers' money stolen, and healthcare costs inflated for families across America. The Hollywood-style investigation became a cautionary tale, taught in police academies and healthcare compliance seminars nationwide. And as the credits rolled on this real-life suspense story, California knew one truth: the battle against healthcare fraud was far from over. But justice had drawn its line in bold.